In this video, you're going to learn the importance of a product title and some tips on what to think about when coming up with a new title for your one-of-a-kind, soon-to-be newly created product. Now, your product title should be one of the very first things that you do when making over your PLR, because most of the rest of the makeover process depends on your title. I mean, things like your domain name, kind of like we touched on in video 4, and the general look and feel of your sales copy content, and even your graphics. Now, if you have already chosen a new title for your product and purchased your domain name based on that title, as we talked about in video 4, then great. But I also need you to remember that with most PLR licenses, you are not limited to just one makeover of that one PLR product. I mean, heck, you can use that one PLR product to make as many different other products as you want. So after watching this video, you may think of a totally different product with a new title, and now you've got two new products instead of just the one. I mean, who knows? Maybe you start brainstorming a bunch and all kinds of new ideas for several new products, all from just that one PLR product, start popping into your head. So put on your imagination cap and let's get going. Now, your title should be keyword rich and based on the topic of that product. I know that kind of sounds obvious to most folks, but maybe you come to the table with a title in mind, like make killer coin with video. That does not have a lot to do with our product being YouTube marketing blunders or YouTube marketing errors or YouTube marketing mistakes. So make sure that not only is it keyword rich, but it is on topic. And as we mentioned in video 4, the domain name cannot include trademarked words like YouTube, but using the trademark name in the product title and throughout the content of the product is not that big of a deal as the domain name issue is. Now, I'm not an attorney, and if you feel iffy about this, then please consult your attorney before doing so. But as long as your title nor content is libelous in nature, then you should be just fine. That being said, I am going to be using the word YouTube in my title and throughout the content. Now, your title should also be as memorable as possible. So having a title with 10 or 20 words is usually not such a good idea. Now, in addition to using keywords in your title, and it being easy to remember, you should also consider certain power words in order to trigger an emotion. For example, words like fault or faux pas or boo-boo mean pretty much the same as words like blunder, failure, mistake, but they trigger a different kind of emotion. Now, a couple of tools that might help you with these power words or trigger words, one would be a thesaurus, and I rarely pull mine off the bookshelf anymore because I use thesaurus.com. And all you have to do right up here at the top of the page is type in your keyword or keyword phrase and then click on the search button over here to the right of that, and it will produce the results down below. For example, type in mistake, click on the search button, and it gives you a whole bunch of options to work with here. And to drill down even further, you can just click on these resulting words, and below the synonyms, which is basically meaning the same thing, you have the antonyms, which kind of sort of means just the opposite. So thesaurus.com is something that I refer to quite a bit. Another tool to help you out with your power words is product sites like ClickBank or even eBay. On ClickBank, you can come on up here to Marketplace, and in the search box here at the top, just type in your keyword, like for example YouTube, then click on the search button to the right, and it's going to spit out the different products for that particular keyword. And maybe some of these products might have some pretty killer titles that will give you some additional ideas. Likewise with eBay. Right up here at the very top, whenever you come to ebay.com, just do a search for a like product. In this example, something to do with YouTube marketing or just YouTube or just marketing, and check out some of the titles of the different products that pop up. And another suggestion would be to keep track of all these power or trigger words by using the spreadsheet program in your OpenOffice or Excel in your Microsoft Office suite, or you could even use something like Google Docs. If you come over to docs.google.com. Well, you think I've done this before. You can come on up here and then click on menu just to the left of the word docs, and then come on down and click on sheets. Now you can also get here if you're logged into your Google account, like coming over here to the top right and clicking on apps and then clicking on drive. Same thing, come on over here to the left and under new, only now we're in Google Drive, click on new and then click on sheets. This is the same type of program as Microsoft Excel or the OpenOffice spreadsheet program. And here you can just keep a running tally of all these trigger words or power words or phrases that you come up with in your research. And you want to go ahead and save this accordingly. For example, under this particular spreadsheet, I might title this YouTube Power Words or Marketing Power Words. so that I can refer back to this whenever I'm writing my sales copy content or getting ideas for email autoresponders or follow-up emails for this particular product. And after time, I may have a whole bunch of these power word sheets to refer back to for future products. And of course, you could always just go to your search engine and do a search for something like emotional trigger words. And I would go ahead and use the double quotes both at the beginning and at the end of the phrase. For example, emotional trigger words. And this spits out 3,000 results. And just go through here and check some of these out. And as you discover good, powerful trigger words, go ahead and document those in your spreadsheet up here. And even though none of these might really help you with this particular title, they might come in handy for other items related to this particular product. But right now, I want to concentrate on creating a killer title. So who knows, maybe one of these power words you come up with through ClickBank or eBay or even the old thesaurus.com might help you craft that perfect title for your brand new product. Well, that's going to bring us to the end of this video on crafting your new title. Thanks for watching, and you have a great day.